Good evening, students. In this session, we will continue the transport of gases. What is the next one is the carbon dioxide. Now, carbon dioxide is transported in three ways. One is the bicarbonate form. That means how the bicarbonate form is going to be formed is dissolved in plasma. In this way, 5 to 7% of carbon dioxide is transported. Dissolved in plasma. Through the dissolving of plasma, carbon dioxide is transported 5 to 7% from tissues to lungs. Then, carbamino hemoglobin. In this way, 10 to 20% is transported. The next one is the last one is the bicarbonate. With the help of RBC. In this way, 65 to 85% is transported. Here, with the help of plasma, bicarbonate is transported. Here, bicarbonate only transported with the help of hemoglobin. RBC means RBC having the hemoglobin. Carbamino hemoglobin means the name only you can understand that here also RBC are involved. Hemoglobin means it is a pigment present in the RBC. Now, if you see the one by one, the first one is the bicarbonate form. How it is going to be formed? Dissolved in plasma. In plasma, water is present. Whatever the carbon dioxide is present in the tissues, whatever the carbon dioxide released from the tissues, that is combined with that is dissolved in the plasma having the water. That's why to form as the bicarbonate H2CO3. Bicarbonate is formed. Like this way, it is transported up to the water, lungs. In the lungs region, again it is going to be dissociated into the water and carbon dioxide. Why? Because oxygen is more in the lungs. Because of oxygen more in the lungs, again bicarbonate is dissociated into water and carbon dioxide. So, the carbon dioxide enters into the lungs and it is into the atmosphere. This is the way carbon dioxide is transported through the plasma. The next one is the, what is that? Carbamino hemoglobin. Carbon dioxide is combined with the RBC having the hemoglobin to form as the carbamino hemoglobin. This is only we are called as the carbamino hemoglobin, where the carbon dioxide is produced in the tissues. From these tissues, carbon dioxide is released. The released carbon dioxide is going to be mixed in the blood. In the blood, RBC are there. RBC having the pigment hemoglobin, which can carry the combine the carbon dioxide and form the carbamino hemoglobin. It will transport like this only up to the where? Lungs. In the lungs region, again it is dissociated into the hemoglobin and carbon dioxide. Why? What is the reason? Only one reason. What is that? Oxygen is more in the lungs region. That's why, as usually, dissociation is happened. What is that? Carbon dioxide and hemoglobin. This carbon dioxide is entered into the lungs. Through the lungs, it is released into the atmosphere. This is the way carbon dioxide is released from the cells of the body into the outside atmosphere through the lungs. The third one is the bicarbonate form with the help of RBC only. Now, how it is going to be formed? Carbon dioxide released from the as usually tissues, which is combined with the water. Where it is present? The water is present in the, what is that? Blood. Then it is formed as the bicarbonate H2CO3. How it is going to be formed? Carbonic anhydrase enzyme. The help of carbonic anhydrase, what happened? Carbon dioxide along with water is going to be combined to form as the bicarbonate. It is transported up to the lungs. In lungs region, oxygen is more. It is going to be, the bicarbonate is going to be formed into the H plus and HCO3 minus. Like that ionic form, it is transported up to the lungs region. Whenever it is reached to the lungs region, then what happened? It is going to be formed as the, what is that? Water and carbon dioxide. This carbon dioxide is released through the lungs into the atmosphere. What is the reason? Oxygen is more. Then, as usually, the water only present. Then again some amount of carbon dioxide combined with the tissues, released by the tissues, and form the bicarbonate with the help of carbonic anhydrase enzyme. Then again it is dissociated into the ionic form, hydrogen H plus ions and H3O3 minus ions, HCO3 minus ions. So then again dissociated where? In lungs region. So carbon dioxide is formed, that is released into the atmosphere. Then carbon dioxide is released into the open atmosphere. This is the way oxygen and carbon dioxide is transported. Oxygen transported from lungs to tissues, carbon dioxide transported from tissues to the lungs. The next one, what is the meaning of Bohr effect? What is the meaning of Bohr effect? Whenever the carbon dioxide increases, then what happened? Oxyhemoglobin is going to be dissociated. Whenever the carbon dioxide is increases in tissues, what happened? Oxyhemoglobin is dissociated into hemoglobin and oxygen. Oxygen is released. This is only called as the Bohr effect. When the carbon dioxide increased, which will make the breaking of oxyhemoglobin into hemoglobin and oxygen. That is only called as Bohr effect. The next one, Haldane effect. Whenever the carbon dioxide is more, it is helpful for breaking of oxyhemoglobin into hemoglobin and oxygen. This is only we are called Bohr effect. What is the difference between Haldane and Bohr effect means? Not only increasing of carbon dioxide, whenever the oxygen also increased, then what happened? Carboxyhemoglobin is going to be, the carbaminohemoglobin is going to be dissociated and form as the hemoglobin and carbon dioxide. So when carbon dioxide increases, which breaks the oxyhemoglobin, when oxygen increases, which breaks the carbaminohemoglobin. So this is only we are called as Haldane effect. Bohr effect is helpful for the Haldane effect. The next one, chloride shift. What is the chloride shift? Chloride ions are transferred from plasma into RBC. Chloride ions are transferred from plasma into RBC is called as the chloride shift. In the RBC, bicarbonate ions are there. What is that? Bicarbonate ions. HCO3 minus and H plus ions. These are also moved from RBC to the plasma. Exchange of chloride ions from plasma to RBC and bicarbonate ions from RBC to the plasma is called as the chloride shift. When it is going to be happen during the carbon dioxide transportation from tissues to the lungs, what happened? Electrostatic imbalance is created that is going to be neutralized with the help of the chloride shift. To maintain the electrostatic balance, during carbon dioxide transport, chloride shift is done. Chloride shift is done. It is also called, chloride shift is also called as Hamburger's phenomena. Hamburger's phenomena or Hamburger's shift. Hamburger's phenomena or Hamburger's shift. To see the, what is the breathing cycle in newborn child? The newborn child, the breathing cycles, newborn having the breathing cycle 36 times per minute. What is a breathing cycle? Inspiration and expiration. Both are combined together called as breathing cycle. It is done 36 times per minute in a newborn child. Or 5 years child, how many times? 26 times per minute. 25 years adult, 16 times per minute. In old age people, the breathing cycle is 18 times per minute. This is about the breathing cycles in different age groups of humans. The next one is regulation of respiration. Regulation of respiration. Regulation of respiration is done with the help of the central nervous system. Respiration is under the control of what? Central nervous system. Central nervous system means what? Brain and spinal cord. Brain and spinal cord to maintain the or to regulate the rate of respiration in humans. Now, under the central nervous system also, what are the important parts are play the major role in respiration. First one is the respiratory center. Respiratory center. Respiratory centers, where it is located? Respiratory centers are located in medulla oblongata and pons varolii. These are the locations we observe the respiratory center. See here, It is the respiratory center. In the respiratory, where the respiratory centers are there? Medulla oblongata and also the pons feroli. These are the parts present under the hindbrain, coming under hindbrain. Just below the midbrain, hindbrain is there. In this, the very first one is the pons feroli, second one is the medulla oblongata. Under the medulla oblongata, these two centers are coming under respiratory centers. So medulla oblongata having the two parts. One is the inspiratory center. This is the inspiratory center. Another one is the expiratory center. Inspiratory center and expiratory center. What is the function of inspiratory center? To perform the inspiration of the air. Expiratory center is to perform the expiration of air. Then pons feroli, which is also having the two important parts. What is that? Pneumotoxic center and also apneustic center. What is the importance of that? Neurotoxic center and apneustic center. What is the importance of this? It is used for rate of breathing and patterns of breathing. What is the meaning of rate of breathing? In a minute, the person how many times should take the inspiration and expiration. That is called rate of breathing. Rate of breathing and patterns of breathing is under the control of pneumotoxic center. The next one, apneustic center. It is used for depth of breathing. Depth of breathing. The next one, after the respiratory center, we move to the, what is that? Chemosensitive center. What is the chemosensitive center? It is present near the respiratory center only. So in this area only, what is that? Chemosensitive center is there. What is the use of chemosensitive center? Whenever the carbon dioxide levels are more or hydrogen ions are more, then what happened? It can send the signals to the, what is that? Respiratory center. Send the signals to respiratory center and increase the water. Increase the inspiration. Whenever the carbon dioxide percentage is more and hydrogen ions, nothing but of pH value is more, then what happened? The chemosensitive center is active and send the signals to respiratory center. These are the respiratory centers. Then what happened in the respiratory center also? Chemosensitive center send the signals to, what is that? Signals to what? Inspiratory center. So rate of inspiration is increases. Whenever the inspiration is increases, whatever the carbon dioxide is there, that is going to be neutralized. That whatever the pH values are there, that is going to be neutralized by adding of oxygen. The next one, after the chemosensitive center, chemoreceptor cells also present. What are the chemoreceptor cells? They are present on the carotid arteries of heart. Present on carotid arteries of heart. Whenever the carbon dioxide levels are more and hydrogen ions are more, then what happened? It can send the signals to the, what is that? Sends the signals to respiratory center. Increase the rate of respiration. Increase the rate of respiration and eliminate the carbon dioxide from the body. Increase the rate of respiration and eliminate the carbon dioxide from the body. It is a toxic to the humans. That's why chemoreceptor cells present on the carotid arteries in heart, they sensitize the carbon dioxide more and hydrogen ions more in the blood. Where it is located, present in blood, that information is sent to the respiratory center. Respiratory center will be increase the rate of respiration. That means both the inspiration and expiration is increases. Send the messages to these centers. Both the centers are activated. That's why rate of respiration and rate of respiration increases means inspiration and expiration both are increases. That's why carbon dioxide is eliminated and hydrogen ions are also neutralized. The next one, Harringburg. Harring-Brewer reflex. Here, the stretch receptors present in the bronchi and bronchioles. What is the bronchi and bronchioles? Trachea divides into the bronchi. Then after that, it is subdivided into the so many smaller branch-like structures. Those are the bronchioles, which can be not at all collapsing. How means stretch receptors are present. Those stretch receptors are also responsible for increasing of heartbeat and also the rate of respiration. Whenever the stretch receptors are abnormally functioning, rate of respiration and also the heartbeat is increases. At that time also, it is controlled by the, what is that? Respiratory center only. Respiratory center, which can control the what is that? Stretch receptors, which cannot activate, which cannot hyperactivate. That means it will inhibit the hyperactivation of the stretch receptors. So that what happened? Automatically heartbeat and rate of respiration is neutralized and it come down into the normal position. So this is about the regulation of respiration. The next one, what is the meaning of mountain sickness? Whenever the person climbing in a mountains or enter into the higher altitudes, then what happened? Oxygen levels are decreases. In higher altitudes, what happened? Oxygen levels are decreases. Whenever the oxygen is decreases, then what happened? The person is faced to the suffocation. Oxygen is less in the, what is that? Higher altitudes. That's why the person will be face the suffocation. Suffocation means uneasy to survive. What is the reason? Oxygen is less. Then what happened? Erythropoietin hormone is produced by the kidney, which can helpful for the additional amount of RBC cells are produced. Kidney produce the erythropoietin. This erythropoietin activates what? Bone marrow. Then bone marrow produce more number of RBC. Whenever the RBC is more, then what happened? If the oxygen is less also, then what happened? Easy to carry the oxygen to all the cells of the body. Whenever the oxygen is less also, more number of RBC is produced because of the erythropoietin produced by the kidney, which activate the bone marrow. So it produces a more number of RBC that can easy to carry the all the molecules. How many is available in the higher altitudes, that is going to be holding by the RBC and supply the cells of the body of a person. So that person is recovered from the mountain sickness. Person is recovered from mountain sickness. Thank you, students. Next session we will continue.